CII has obviously put out its list of expectations from the budget. Representations have been made to the government as well, and those conversations are ongoing consistently through the year. But at this point, and let me begin the conversation with Mr. Sanjiv Puri. Mr. Puri, at this point, I suppose the biggest question on everyone's mind is, are we going to see the political realities and the election result in some way reflect into the budget? Simply put, are we going to see a greater push for consumption, towards employment, towards the rural sector? And would that be something which is in the best interest of the economy and industry as well?
Well, Mona, you know that right now the economy is in a very strong foundation. There are a lot of positives, and those positives are a result of a number of policy instruments that were brought about in the past. So really what I'm saying is the strategy adopted in the past has worked. It is in strengthening the competitiveness of the economy. It's creating jobs. Private sector investment is significant now. It is at 23.8% of GDP. I think the mood in India Inc. is quite positive. That is shown up also by the internal surveys of CII. So if you look at what is important from all stakeholders' perspective is creating quality jobs at scale. And the current process is already creating jobs. I think with the lag impact of some of the instruments that have been put in place, we should see that get better over time. And the question is really on what more can be done to create good quality jobs. That will be the very question to answer. So besides continuing the theme that's been on, I think there is an opportunity to provide impetus to certain labor-intensive sectors. And these include things like toys, apparel, footwear, wood-based industry, tourism, just to give a few examples. How can we, just like, PLIs have worked for certain sectors, so there is scope to provide similar impetus to an employee-linked scheme in the employment-intensive sector. I think that would be an important one to take care of. The second is that today, nearly half of India's workforce is in agriculture. Now, there we are dealing with two issues. We're dealing with the issue of lower incomes. It's also about in the economy ultimately better quality of incomes. And the second is the extreme risks on account of weather events. And that's what's been hampering the rural economy in the last years, and that's why the stress is felt in the rural economy. So how do we build resilience in agriculture? How do we kind of improve productivity in the agriculture? That gets back to the whole set of reforms that need to happen. And how do we bring technology into agriculture? There are some instruments already at play, but they need to be scaled up, and some more reform needs to happen. And a very important area that needs to be addressed from rural is this whole area of resilience in agriculture. And I think resilience issue is beyond agriculture. It is for urban infrastructure. It is for many more things. It's for water security, because today water itself is becoming an important area. So we need to address this issue of adaptation. So what we are recommending is setting up a national commission on adaptation. In fact, also a national mission on water. So we create water security for the society, for industrial establishments. So these are, all these areas actually go back into the area of economic growth, of creating good quality jobs, and therefore, this is what should be in the interest of all stakeholders. And we have seen in the past that this route is what has given the good results so far. And I think the outcomes of the past will only energize everybody to strengthen the past rather than deviate from it. Of course, I do agree that there may be some aspects of economic space in certain areas to be created, whether it's through some relief in income tax, or whether it is higher Manrega wages, or it is increase in the PM Kisan. So given that cost of everything has gone up, not only in India but globally, I think it's important that some kind of relief is given to people at the lower end. That of course also needs to be dealt with.